Hello everyone, this is a review on the Nyrius ARIES Pro, which is a wireless HD for laptops and other devices. We're going to go over how it works, demonstrate how it works, and show you how you can transmit your HD signal from your laptop or other device directly to your TV. So just to show you, we've got a transmitter with a USB power source, and then if needed, you actually have a little bit of a longer USB cable. You've got a HDMI elbow so that you can get into kind of tight fits. You've got the receiver. You've got a mounting bracket for the receiver, which will actually, if you want to, you can stick it to the back of your television. You've got a power device or cord for your receiver. You've got a remote control receiver for the remote control, which is here. So you can select different input devices. And it actually comes with an HDMI cable. So you get all of this in the package, and we're going to show you how it actually all works. Okay, it may be a little difficult to see here, but this is the receiver. I've got an HDMI cable output. Underneath I've got the remote cable, and then I've got it plugged in for power. So what it does is it plugs into my HDMI, and then right here I have a cable for the remote, or the receiver for the remote. Now this receiver will actually pick up a signal from 160 feet away. So I'm going to plug in the transmitter downstairs, completely across my house, to a Blu-ray player to show you kind of the definition and what actually works, or how it actually looks when you use the Aries Pro. So again, 160 feet with no latency is pretty impressive. So let's see how that works. Okay, here's the transmitter. So I've got the elbow in right here. This is the transmitter. It's plugged in and then right into the power source. Now there are two USB cables, one's for eSATA and the other one's a standard USB. So right now I'm using the standard USB and I'm ready to go. So again, you can see it just like that. Okay, now that you have the transmitter and the receiver in play, you add a new source. So you go to source, add a new source, like that. And then you will you push the registration button on the transmitter unit, which is the small one, and essentially you push that for 3 to 5 seconds, and you'll add the source. You can then go in and rename it if you want to, but really isn't much more to it than that. Okay, so this is Rio in 3D, and what I found is that using the Aries Pro, I get full 1080p picture, great quality, in 2D. In 3D, it's also still very good, but I still find a brief moment where you'll have a little line pop across, where it seems like the signal's been temporarily interrupted for just a fraction of a second, thousandths of a second. But it is something that you do kind of notice, but I found after a minute or two, my mind kind of didn't see it anymore. So keep that in mind. I'm also using this at about 5 or 6 feet away from the transmitter, so I'm not at the full 160 feet. So I don't know if you'll see a different effect if you're further away. Final verdict on the Aries Pro by Nyrius. It's a wireless HD transmitter and receiver mainly used for laptops, but it can also be used for any kind of video game system or anything really that has a HDMI output. It supports full HD at 1080p, and it'll also support 3D. Now at 3D, I did see some slight issues with the picture. A bit of almost like a little brief burst of pixelization on occasion. Nothing too big, but it's something I definitely wanted to mention. The claims of 160 feet is probably true if you have a nice clear line of sight to the between the transmitter and receiver. If you don't have that, you're probably going to get a less. I know between my first floor and second floor across my house, I did have some issues picking up from one receiver to the other. But if you're looking for a way to kind of put your TV up above a mantle or something, this is a fantastic way to be able to transmit, especially across a room or across a couple rooms. Whatever your source is, whether it's a Tivo or a Blu-ray player or whatnot, directly to your TV. I love the fact that the receiver, again right here, can mount right behind your TV. You know, velcro's right on, and then your receiver, your transmitter, can connect via your HDMI output on your computer, or if you have a Mac, you use your monitor out, and you can buy an adapter relatively cheap that will connect your Mac to the to the Nyrius. Now, if you get a standard adapter using your monitor out, that will not produce sound. So you'll have to use your headphone jack on your Mac as well to get it to work. Now, in terms of latency, I experienced none. The audio and video seem to be perfectly linked, which I think is a very, very impressive and important issue with the Nyrius. So again, there's a lot to like, especially if you're trying to mount your TV in a hard-to-reach place, which is far from your cable box or across the room. This is really the perfect solution for it. So with that, I'm going to give it 4 to 4.5 stars. Again, a little bit off for the 3D effect, but it really is a nice solution, an elegant solution to some of the issues in terms of having a wireless HDMI connection.